And today we're looking at two new shoes from the Newton running lineup called the Fate and the Kismet. We see the women's Fate in green, Kismet in purple, and we see the men's Fate in yellow and the Kismet in green. These are core trainers in the Newton lineup. They replace the Asic and the Lady Asic, and so they're meant for a lot of miles and potentially a bigger runner. They're still fairly light, 7.9 ounces on the women's Fate, 8.2 on the Kismet, 9.4 ounces on the men's Fate, and 9.7 on the Kismet. And the difference between the two shoes is the Fate is the neutral shoe, the Kismet is the stability shoe. The way that they are differentiated, the way that that is accomplished is see just a little bit more of a medial fill-in in the arch area on the stability shoe. Newton, if you're familiar with the company, utilizes lugs to help encourage an efficient stride, which means not striking too far out in front of your body. They design an air chamber underneath each lug, which compresses and recoils at each step, and so that gives you some extra cushioning and extra responsiveness. Now, Newton, in their line, has shoes that are more responsive and less responsive, and they refer to that as pop, the level of pop. And so a pop 1 is a very responsive, pop 2 is in the middle, and pop 3 is a very soft, less responsive ride. And so these shoes fall in the pop 2 category. Newton uses a biomechanical sensor plate, which is basically a piece of plastic in between the lugs and your foot, and that prevents compression of the midsole from repeated pounding over time. And so it's one of the reasons, as long as you don't wear one of the lateral or inner lugs very asymmetrically and with regards to the rest of them, people tend to get a lot of miles off of Newton shoes. Other notable points, as with a lot of shoe companies these days, Newton has gone to welded uppers instead of sewn-on overlays, and so that is going to be a little bit more of a sock-like fit, still hopefully keeping you secure, but without the rubbing that we a lot of times see with stitched pieces. 360-degree reflectivity, and then the last is the drop. They called that out on the shoe as well, on the heel, and this is a 4.5 millimeter drop, which is very similar to the Asic. So if you've been using the Asic, this is kind of a no-brainer. Just an easy transition, slightly lighter shoe, a little bit more flexible. Price point is $129, and so we're seeing some price dropping in the Newton lineup, and these are pretty nice shoes.